All right, let's turn back to the forecast. Another warm week on tap here in the Carolinas, and we are always watching out for rain.
So what are we seeing right now, Brad?
Not a lot of rain out there, and actually some pretty nice looking skies. When you look at our quad box here of Monroe, we got both cameras looking both directions. Some sunshine, same for Dallas and Kannapolis. Looks like the wasps are very busy over in Monroe as well. They like making their nests not too far from our camera there. You can see how beautiful it is. Those puffy cumulus clouds kind of sandwiched between some storms in Tennessee and a few storms down to the southeast. We had a few storms move through parts of Richmond County and down into Chesterfield County, but I'm really watching this line to see how much progress it makes to the east. And potentially it could make it into the mountains within the next couple of hours, but it is falling apart. Now today it was hot, just slightly above average, 92 and 72, so about 3 degrees above average for this time of year when you combine the high and low there. Temperatures this year have been much warmer than last year. We are now at 36 days of 90 plus for the year. At this point last year we were at 26. We ended up with 54, so we're well on our way to blowing past last year's total. Hopefully nowhere near that record of 88 back in 1954. We came close to that a couple times, and that 8 always people get real excited, but I remember 2003 was a great year as well. We only had 9 days of 90 or higher. The first one wasn't until after the 4th of July. So they can have cool summers around here if you get clouds and showers. The first half was mainly because of the drought. Now in the last week or so, we've seen a pretty big change in the pattern with more storms, but we're getting back more to the isolated storms here as we go towards the end of the month. The humidity's not going anywhere. Dew points are going to stay solidly in that muggy range, right around the 70 degree, if not higher. And with the building temperatures, that's going to add to just how hot it's going to feel around here. Now this is a pretty significant heat wave. There's a massive heat wave going on in Europe with record-breaking, all-time record-breaking highs in parts of France, Spain, Portugal, Germany, into the UK. Now we're going to see our heat wave develop this week in the US, and it's going to take over most of the country. The center of it's going to be in the middle of the country, but some of it starts to extend into the eastern half of the country. Then it starts to push back west. Look at some of these temperatures. A lot of triple-digit heat here in the middle of the country for the beginning and middle end of the week, but by the end of the week, some of that triple-digit heat starts to work its way east, and you could see some 99 showing up from Charlotte up to Richmond. Wouldn't be surprised to see near 100 degrees in parts of the Carolinas by Saturday and Sunday. Right now, we're going to go just below that at 97, 98, 99, but stay tuned. If it's a little drier and you get that southwest wind, that's the blowtorch flow, that could jump our temperatures up to closer to triple digits by the weekend. And as I mentioned, even though we had some great progress with the drought in the last 2 weeks, we're getting back to somewhat of a drier pattern, more isolated nature storms the next few days. So don't count on widespread storms. Hopefully you'll get some for your lawn, your garden, but I would not count on it, especially with the isolated nature the next couple of days. Now, temperatures warming up into the low and mid 90s tomorrow. Still have a 40% chance of storms tomorrow. Those chances go down for Wednesday. So the Chelsea game, while hot against Charlotte FC, we're going to see temperatures around 96. It should be only about a 20% chance of a storm. And then going into the weekend, we're approaching triple-digit heat. We go 10 days into the future, and we do see some relief in sight, but not until day 10 when the upper 80s return.
What a stretch. All right. Thank you, Brad.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep in mind, too, that things can change. So if you want to keep up with the latest, in addition to Brad's forecast on the air, you can always get that WCNC Charlotte mobile app. That is updated by our meteorologists. So that data is local, it is accurate. And by the way, that app is a free download.